Hi, let's understand the difference between tail recursion and head recursion by taking a simple example. Let's compute the sum of the elements of the given array by using both kinds of recursion. So let me give you an overview. Tail recursion is nothing but after calling it like tail recursion, first we perform the operation that is required and then we call the recursion function on its neighbor. Neighbor here it is nothing but 2. Whereas in case of head recursion, first we will call the recursion function to its neighbor, and when the function has completed its process and it has come back, then we perform the operation. I hope you understand this basic difference. In tail recursion, we first compute the operation and then we call the function, whereas in head recursion, first we call the function and then we compute the operation. So in both the cases, the final answer would be the same, but the order in which the operations are performing are different. So let's take the first case in which the tail recursion. So there initially the value of the sum is 0. Its sum equal to 0. So whenever I call the function to the 1 initially, index equal to 0, 1. So it will add 1 to the sum. The final sum will become 1. And now I'm calling the same function for its neighbor, that is 2. So whenever it enters the function for the index 2, my new sum will become 1 plus 2, that is equal to 3. And then it again calls the function to its neighbor. So whenever it calls it to its neighbor, now again I have to add some plus equal to array, that will become 6. So in this way, whenever before calling the function to its neighbor, the sum is computed and the updated sum is sent to the, this is the updated sum and it is sent to the neighbor function call. So this process will continue until I reach the base case, and here this is the base case, and for this base case I've mentioned clearly I equal to length of the array. It means it crossed the index of the array, and at that time I should not perform anything. I should return the value of the sum, updated sum that I have done at every step, and my final answer will be returned. So my final answer would be 1 plus 2, 3, 6, 10, 15, 21. So 21 will be written from here to here and to here and then to 3 and then to 2 and then to 1, and this is 21. So I'm returning the value 21 here. And now in this way, so I have computed the sum in the forward direction in the tail recursion. That is 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to 6 in the forward direction. But whereas let's come to this head recursion. In this head recursion, the process will occur in the reverse manner. Initially, it calls the function. This is the recursion call. I plus 1 in the sense the neighbor. So the function is called for the second element, that is 2. So I'm calling the function for the neighbor function. Then whenever I call the function to its neighbor, it again in turn calls to its neighbor. It again in turn calls to its neighbor until it reaches the base case. And the base case is nothing but again, whenever it reaches the final value, it crosses the index. There is no element after 6. So finally I'm returning it as 0. So the sum of the element after 6, there is no element. So I'm directly returning 0. Now this process will be executed, this statement, while returning from the functions. So the small answer will be 0 from the base case and the array of I element will be 6. So it will be 6 and then it comes back, it goes to 5. Then my function will give value the 5. Then it is 4 plus 3 in the reverse direction and my final answer will be 21 again. So finally, if you observe both the examples, in the first case, the sum is added in the forward direction up to the last element, and in this second case, the sum is added in the reverse direction. Thank you.